I have a beautiful bonus daughter who don't desire to practice polygyny. That's fine. She understands that it's a way of life, that it is a viable form of marriage, that it is a marriage that, a law put in place and everything like that. She doesn't disagree with polygyny. She doesn't diminish polygyny. She just does not want it for her. And that does not mean that she's less of a Muslim or less of a woman because she doesn't want that. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. It's Nyla, Coach Nyla, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as co-author of Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, we get questions on what makes marriages work. We also get questions on what makes marriages fail, like what causes issues, what causes problems. And we've also gotten a lot of people who have their different ideas of what could have possibly caused some issues or caused some damage in their marriages. However, I'm going to give you two major things. Now, it's a number of things that can cause damage in your relationships, whether it's marriage or whether it's any other type of relationship you have. However, that was a question that I posed to myself during failed relationships, failed marriage, and just even friendships that failed. Like, what are the things that can cause these issues? And there's going to be two major ones that I'm going to talk about here. Now, there's a number of them, like I said before, but I'm going to talk about two. One is assumptions. Assumptions can really damage a relationship. And I'm saying that because sometimes we may think that we know some things and we don't. We have no idea. We may think that someone is doing a particular thing and for a specific reason, and it can cause us to feel a certain way or think a certain way or act a certain way. Case in point, polygyny. Let's talk about that for a little bit. I've heard a lot of women speak on this and say, well, men marry another wife because he wants to fulfill his sexual desires, or it's all about, it's this he want to have halal sex and all these different things like that. And it diminishes. And I'm not saying that sex is not a reason or anything like that, but it diminishes when it seems as though that is the only reason or that is the main reason. Because it gets to the point where you pretty much diminish your husband as a person with other feelings or other desires or other things other than a sexual being, a sexual nature. And so things like that can cause some issues because it causes, it could cause him to look at you a certain way where it's like, you are not listening to me. Because if I'm stating some things, if I'm talking to you about it or trying to talk to you about it, and you diminish it as to me not being able to control my urges or desires or anything like that, then what does that say about how you really feel about me? Or are you even listening to me? Or do you even care about any of my other type of dreams or wants or wishes or anything like that? Let's go vice versa. When it comes to women, if a woman has an issue with polygyny, one of the things that they'll automatically assume is that, well, she is going to, that she doesn't care about her deen, or she's not strong on her deen or anything like that. Now, if a woman doesn't want it or desire it, that does not mean that she doesn't, she's not strong in her deen. It means that that's just something that she don't desire. I have a beautiful bonus daughter who don't desire to practice polygyny. That's fine. She understands that it's it's a way of life, that it is a viable form of marriage, that it is a marriage that, a law put in place and everything like that. She doesn't disagree with polygyny. She doesn't diminish polygyny. She just does not want it for her. And that does not mean that she's less of a Muslim or less of a woman because she doesn't want that. She and her husband discussed that. And that's, the way it is. So that can also cause some issues too, because it's like, okay, well, you're assuming this thing about me and you're diminishing my character, because ain't no way I would feel this type of way. Just, I feel like, or no way I'm gonna be against my religion just because I don't want a specific thing for myself. It's people that probably don't want beef. I haven't eaten beef for a long time until I was eating beef that I know was, halal, or not halal, because beef is halal, period, as long as no pork or anything, alcohol or anything in it. But if it was, what is called the bihad, meaning that it was slaughtered in a particular way and things like that. So that's not the video for this, and I digress. However, I don't, I didn't eat beef for a while. And that's just because I didn't want to eat beef. For my own health reasons, I didn't want to eat beef. That doesn't mean that I'm against, those who eat it and I'm messing up my religion because I don't eat beef, or I didn't eat beef. So, it's these certain things that we got to be careful with, because when it comes down to it, we make assumptions about people. You start to question their character. You start to question things about them that may not be true. And if they feel that you have an issue with things that they say, because of your own assumptions of it, then it causes some issues with the communication, and then communication can break down, trust can break down, respect can break down, things as far as that. So you want to be careful with making assumptions. That was a thing which actually totally severed a friendship that I had for over 2 decades, where an ex-friend of mine decided that she wanted to question my integrity, knowing me for a long time. And I can say that with truthfulness, not because of some emotion or feeling, but she actually did, because I even asked people without them knowing that it was me and my situation. I asked the question, hey, let's say this was a situation that happened, or this is a scenario that happened. And then what do you feel about it? What do you think about it? So I'm going to give you guys a little snippet. One of the things was that my ex-friend made beautiful dolls, beautiful hand crocheted dolls. And I bought them from her. I asked her, I actually placed an order with her. Now, I let her know that, hey, how much will it cost for me to buy them in bulk? And it was, she gave me a particular price. And I said, you know what, I may give, I think I'm going to give these dolls away, or give some of these dolls away as gifts, or whatever the case may be. I didn't have a whole idea of what I was going to do with them, but they were very beautiful. And I know that I did want to give some of them away for as gifts. And then I kept some of them and everything like that, but I also sold some. Hear ye, all my fellow wives in polygyny and polygyny wannabes. Come closer, a little bit closer. Okay. Do you really want fulfillment in your marriage? Do you want to stop the feeling of guilt because you married a married man, or because you want to marry a married man? Do you want to stop feeling like you were pushed aside, disrespected, neglected because your husband married another woman? The solution to these feelings and others lie with being intentional and courageous communication, as well as embracing your identity. If you want to find out how to gain success in these areas, check out my Gratification Through Growth counseling and coaching at CoachNyla.com, and I'll see you on the other side. And I sold some, but every time I sold anything, I always linked it back to her name and that it was she who did it and everything like that. However, um, our husband actually posted these dolls, and when I was selling them and I wasn't feeling too well, he posted them about about these dolls, or he posted and not even an ad, he posted them on his page and talked about they were for sale, and it was particular ones that were for sale. So she happened to see that, because I think some of my family members saw it, and she's friends with them because she wasn't friends with our husband at all. So she decided to contact me and ask me, why did I sell the dolls? Technically, they're mine now. I bought them. These weren't something that was given to me. I bought them with my money. So if I wanted to spin them on top of my head or wear them as a hat, I could do whatever I want to with it. Like legally, I really could do whatever I want to with those dolls. However, my husband, or our husband, he didn't know who, like how to link back to her or anything like that. And it was just something that he thought was pretty cool. He posted it, and that was that. However, she stated to me that if she knew that I was going to sell the dolls, she would have gave me a different price, because she said that she thought I was just going to give the dolls away. I bought over, I don't know, I bought probably like over almost $1,000 worth of dolls for her. I'm just going to put that out there like that. And I only sold like a few of them. So I tried to explain to her, the deal, but before I can even get to explaining anything, she stated what she felt, that I was being untruthful, I was being deceptive, and this is pretty much her, words, like this is what I was doing, and she can't believe that, and blocked me. So she didn't give me a chance to explain, nothing, any of that. All right, fine, I'm done. Because of assumptions. Simple assumption, and then not even giving the person giving them the opportunity to explain their position. I was actually very sick, going through the heavy bouts of rheumatism, flare-ups, and everything like that. So it's a number of things that was going on that she didn't even know about, and didn't even think to even want to know about, because the main thing was that she felt that I betrayed her by selling something that I bought from her. So you guys, hey, put it down in the comments. What do you think about that situation? Do you, and I have my feelings. So either way, it doesn't really bother me either way, because like I stated, even legally, I already know what that means. They were mine. I bought them. They were mine. I could do whatever I want to with them. If I wanted to have a big bonfire with them, I could have done that. So either way, but you guys, let me know if you guys ever had a situation like that. Also, what do you think about the situation? What can assumptions, whether you had a negative assumption or a wrong assumption about somebody, has that destroyed your, relationship, or at least caused some damage in it? Or, did somebody have a wrong assumption about you and cause some damage? Put it down in the comments, please. I would definitely love to see that. And another thing is taking your eye off the shared goal. That's one of the things that I found that's caused a lot of issues in polygynous relationships, marriages period, and relationships period. Even business relationships, but in polygyny, so much, because the shared goal is a successful marriage. Long story short, that's pretty much what the shared goal usually is. It's like people don't get married just to have a crappy marriage. So the thing is that when polygyny comes into play, it's like, okay, well, the shared goal, that goal is not the goal anymore, because it's like, oh, well, either he married again, so now I have these different insecurities that's creeping up. Maybe I'm fearing a loss of love. Maybe, I feel, betrayed, or maybe whatever the feeling it is, it still takes away from the shared goal. Because if the shared goal is a successful marriage, then even if you're feeling this type of way, you will find a way to come back to that shared goal. And that usually comes into the form of communicating and not assuming. So those are the two things where it's like, I want to communicate. I want to know why this, is there anything? Is there some issues? And being able to hear the person out, and that goes both ways, with the shared goal. If the wife has a particular idea of what that is, especially what a successful marriage may look like, and the husband created an environment that doesn't seem like it's beneficial or that is working towards that shared goal, those are the type of things that can destroy and damage a marriage. So you want to, those are things that we want to keep an eye out for, and ask ourselves, are we doing these things? Are we creating assumptions that are not beneficial to our relationships? And are we taking our eyes off the shared goal? And if we deviated from that shared goal, or if we looked away for a second on that shared goal, is there a possibility that we could come back to that? And if there is, how? And start working on it that way. Inshallah, this video helped you, and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you got some benefit to it. And if you made it this far to this video, congratulations and thank you so much. And I would like for you to put a diamond in the comments if you made it this far, because I believe that we are, we shine bright like a diamond, and we can make sure we can do that consistently by being intentional in our lives. So if you made it this far, put a diamond down in the comments below, and let me know if you ever had any of those things affect or infect your relationships, whether it's a marital relationship or whether it's a business relationship or a friendship or anything like that. Let us know in the comments. And until next time, make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because half of our people that's watching our videos are not subscribed, and I have no idea why. Well, I do know why. You're not clicking that subscribe button. So make sure you click that subscribe button and be part of our notification gang, and click that bell so you're notified of our videos that we upload every single week. So until next time, I will see you soon. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.